Okay, so I'm gonna go and get the torque wrench and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I have the torque wrench with me and I'm gonna start this thing. Okay, in this video I'm gonna show you how to rotate your car or truck tires. And in this video I'm only gonna be using the equipment provided by the truck manufacturer. I'm not gonna be using jack stands, I'm not gonna be using hydraulic jack. And I'm gonna be using a torque wrench, and I got this torque wrench at my local auto parts store. You can rent it and you take it back to them and they give you your money back. Okay, and this is what I'm gonna be using today. I'm gonna be using the factory scissor jack, torque wrench, and this came with the kit. And I'm gonna be using this wheel cross wrench and the owner's manual. Okay, this is the rotating diagram. This is the front end and this is the rear end. The rear tires go to the front straight, and the front right tire goes to the rear side in a cross pattern. And I'm gonna be using the spare wheel to rotate the tires, and I'll show you how. And Ford recommends rotating your tires on every oil change, and I just recently changed my oil, so it's time to rotate the tires. Main point of rotating your tires is so that your tires wear at the same time. And right now this tire has a thread on the inside and on the outer side, and for the front and the rear tires the thread looks the same for the center thread, but for the outer thread, the front tires, this thread is worn and this one is much better. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove the spare tire because I'm gonna need it. Okay, I'm gonna start by removing the rear tire, and once I remove this tire I'm gonna install the spare tire. Okay, now that the lug nuts are loose, I'm gonna jack up the truck and I'm gonna remove the tire. I'm gonna replace it with the spare tire. Okay, so Ford does not recommend that you jack up the truck by the differential, and I think that's because you can damage the thread on those bolts right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and jack it up by this part right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the jack to jack up the front of the truck. Okay, so now I'm gonna jack up the front end, and as you can see, Ford does not recommend that you jack up the truck by the control arm, but rather by the frame. Okay, so this is a frame rail, and that is a control arm. But if I do that, that is gonna take me forever, because the truck will rise up, but the tire is gonna stay down because of the suspension. So I'm gonna go ahead and jack up by the control arm. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove this wheel, and I'm gonna place the rear wheel on the front end, and this one goes to the other side on the back. Okay, so now I'm gonna lower the truck, and I'm gonna torque the wheels to 150 foot-pounds. Okay, so now that the truck is on the ground, I'm gonna torque the wheels using this pattern, and I'm gonna set the torque range to 150 foot-pounds. Okay, so I'm gonna torque the lock nuts using Ford's pattern. So I'm gonna start with this one, and I'm gonna turn clockwise until I hear a click, and I'm gonna grab the handle like this. Unas 2 semanas. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove this wheel, and I'm gonna install this wheel in the front end, and the other one that I removed earlier, I'm gonna place it on this side. Okay, so now I'm gonna lower the truck and torque the lug nuts. Okay, so now I'm gonna be removing this tire, and the one on the back goes on this side, and this one goes to the back on the other side. Okay, so now I'm gonna lower the truck and I'm gonna torque the lug nuts. Okay, so I'm going to torque the lug nuts, but I'm gonna spray some WD-40. There we go. Okay, so this is the last tire, and this is where we started. I'm gonna remove the spare tire. I'm gonna put it back, and this is the front end tire, the one on the passenger side, and this one goes here. Okay, and that's it. Now I'm gonna put the spare tire back in place. Okay, so there it is. That's how you rotate the tires using only the truck's equipment and based on Ford's procedures, following Ford's procedures. Okay, and that's how to rotate the tires using only the factory provided equipment. It is very hard and it takes a long time. Okay, so Ford recommends retightening the lug nuts after 100 miles. And don't forget to put away your tire change kit because it is very useful. Okay, this video is gonna be very long. I hope you find this very helpful, and thank you for watching.